Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. Now Mortal Kombat first originated as an arcade game in 1992. It has since spun off into an entire franchise of games, comics, an animated series, and even a few movies. It is now getting the reboot treatment with a new movie from New Line Cinema and Warner Brothers. It's now in theaters and streaming on HBO Max, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. In the opening sequence, we see that the great warrior Hanzo Hasashi was ambushed and killed by the unstoppable Bi-Han, who also goes by Sub-Zero. Hanzo's wife and son were also killed in the raid, but what Sub-Zero doesn't realize is that Hanzo's baby daughter was hidden in the floorboards of his home. Now, centuries later, Cole Young, the descendant of Hanzo, continues to pass down the birth line and the mark of the dragon. There's a prophecy that's been passed down too that the descendant of Hanzo will lead a champion of warriors on Earthrealm to win the ultimate fight in the Mortal Kombat tournament and defeat Sub-Zero and those banished in another realm known as Outworld. Louis Tan leads this cast as Cole Young, which also includes Jessica McNamee as Sonya Blade, Josh Lawson as Kano, and Mehcad Brooks as Jax. Now all that may seem overwhelming, but that's essentially the loose plot that screenwriters Greg Russo and Dave Callaham used to string together all the fights and the battles that the audience is looking for in Mortal Kombat. Now, much like Godzilla vs. Kong, no one is coming into this film looking for a meaty plot or emotionally driven characters. The structure really reminded me of your traditional origin story, where you have a hero on Earth who finds out that he's part of this legacy and then enters this grueling training period to learn how to use and then harness his superpowers. The video game pitted two characters together, fighting against one another using their own individual superpowers to see who would come out victorious. Director Simon McQuoid knows this and keeps the focus on these scenes, leaning into the ridiculous nature of it all. You can see the homage to the video game with characters spinning into action, the uppercuts, and the martial arts inspired action. There's no shortage of blood and guts spewing all over the place as limbs are torn off and hearts are ripped out at a Quentin Tarantino level. There may be a tendency to bring kids to this movie, but I would highly refrain from that given the ultra violence at hand. The fight choreography and the special effects to make all this happen are actually really impressive, especially when it comes to the Sub-Zero character and all of his ice effects. He's played by Joe Taslim, and Taslim makes him this really ferocious menace, and it's easy to see why he's this fan favorite character. Now, I'm not a gamer anymore, but Mortal Kombat gave me these flashbacks to my childhood, going to birthday parties for friends and playing games at the arcade. The movie excels at crafting these hardcore fights as it quietly slips away from that loose plot I mentioned earlier. Maybe that will come back in the sequel. I'm giving Mortal Kombat 3 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I got some other movie reviews, as well as my appearances on Twin Cities Live. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, at Paul's Movie Trip. And then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews and some Oscar coverage. Thank you so much for watching my review of Mortal Kombat. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.